Hi, I'm Anne, the Black Wind Psychic. I'm a psychic medium, and I use tarot cards, but I am not a traditional tarot card reader. I'm not a traditional anything. Okay, so I'm going to shuffle my cards and see what comes out. So the first energy that comes out is a day or so ago, I gave a man a reading, and it wasn't, it didn't really seem like he wanted a reading. Disclaimer, I'm extremely psychic. So sometimes I downplay things. But it didn't seem like he really wanted a reading. It seemed like what he really wanted was to see what I was all about, which, you know, is whatever. But then after reading him, it was odd for me because I haven't read somebody that is so and no criticism, so low vibrational in a very long time. I typically don't read people that I typically read people that operate from a higher vibration, but and again, no criticism, but that's what it was. And as I sat there, yeah, and his energy was so low vibrational in that. All right, here's an example. Here's one example. And I never tell, I don't even tell people that when I give someone a reading, if somebody asked if I read them, I would never tell. So, and if you did something horrible and you told me about it in a reading, aside from hurting a child, I would never tell anyone. But anyway, in any event, to give you some insight in how low vibrational this man was. He had been divorced for 4 years, but still was like obsessed, and it's pretty much all he could talk about was his ex-wife, who he was still in love with, but yet he had this other woman filling this void. It was just really, just a quagmire of just low vibration. And then as I was sitting there, like saying to my guides, why am I doing this? It's just like, typically that is not a reading that I typically do. And it was sort of a twofold thing for me. First of all, it gave me confirmation that a lot of these stagnant relationships that people are in, how I keep talking about them, I'm talking about them because you being in these stagnant relationships that are loveless, you are you're lowering the vibration for everyone. And as he was talking to me, all I could see was like, you know how you get like a bucket of like soapy warm water, and like if you're, you know, like, because I work in a restaurant, so if we get a bucket of like soapy water and we're wiping things up, by the end of the night, the bucket of water, first of all, it turns cold. There's like a film of like grease or oil in the water, and the water, it's not soapy anymore. Like there's no activity to it. And I'm not a great storyteller, but I'm gonna try my best. So and he just reminded me of this like stagnant bucket of water, in that there's not much you can do with this bucket of water. Like, you know, if it were in your house, you certainly couldn't pour it down the drain, especially if you had a septic tank, because your septic tank doesn't want it. You can't pour this awful, horrible, like greasy, dirty, like toxic water. You can't pour it outside because it would kill the grass or kill anything that's growing outside. And a friend of mine works for the DNR, and if he gets upset if someone like in their driveway, like, you know, has a bucket of disgusting water that they've done something, like, you know, they've worked on their house and just the water's disgusting, he gets mad if someone like pours it into the driveway, which goes into the street, because he talks about the watershed. So in talking to this man, all I can think of is like, you remind me of like a bucket of just toxic waste, and there's just no place to put it, and all you're doing is infiltrating the environment by staying in this toxic relationship. For me, and everything that I was saying, he really wasn't hearing or listening to, which is fine, because I know that people's inner child and soul listens. But also too, even on a deeper level, my guide showed me, like, sometimes I can see through people. And I thought this was very poignant in that I could see through him, because he was a man, and I could see like into his soul and into his energy. And I have been searching for just to gain my own baseline. I have been searching for a long time for a divine masculine male, not necessarily for myself, but to just have a baseline. Because in my life, again, like I've said before, I only know of one divine, like, you know, in your divinity, masculine male. And this man, like I've said before, this man was married. He was in a marriage, which he thought he was in a happy marriage. But when he met his divine feminine female, he I believe it was like within like 24 hours left his wife and entered into a union with what was like his divine counterpart. So as I was doing the reading for this man, I was looking into his maleness, which as much as outwardly he appeared to be quite masculine, he really was so broken, such a broken person. And so when someone comes to me and they're not honest, as a psychic, there are a lot of like kinks and like fragmentations in your aura, and so it's easier for me to see into what you're doing. But also too, again, like I for years I have been looking for a divine masculine male, and again, not for me, but just as a baseline to just like know, okay, there's a divine masculine male. But what I did see through this man, and sometimes my guides, like, you know, they come through people. What I saw is that, and this might be interesting for people who are interested in the twin flame journey, or the divine feminine or the divine masculine. What I saw is that, so on this 3D dimension that we're in, there are really only divine feminine females. And so for those divine feminine females, and this is only going to resonate for, you know, for a certain amount of people, but for these divine feminine females, their divine counterpart, or their divine masculine male, is God. Like and so I had this revelation of like, oh my gosh, that's why I haven't seen or haven't come across a divine masculine male, is because in this 3D dimension that we live, they're not here. They're not here. So and yeah, so I thought this reading that I had with him was very insightful for me. So yeah, and as far as this man goes, like, I know he won't, I know, and you won't know him anyway, but, I know he won't watch this video because he's not on YouTube. He doesn't watch YouTube videos, but this man went through this, 20-year cycle with this woman who, that's what he thought was love. She ended up leaving him, and now he is, essentially he's in, another cycle with another woman that he'll probably cycle for 20 years, and then, like, you know, he's in his 50s. But in any event, I just, like, the output of energy that he is expressing to the universe is, it's what I talk about. It is like all these people in these miserable relationships. Oh, and he is an alcoholic. He says he only drinks on the weekend, but, like, I could see that. And again, no, criticism. It's just what happens when you're in a miserable relationship that is loveless. Yeah, it's just an exercise in futility. It's self-sabotage. You're essentially killing yourself. You're killing yourself. So he smokes and drinks, and when he should be healing his inner child, and going within and loving himself. And so yeah, I thought that was extremely interesting, insightful, and yeah, just something worth sharing. So, but that, as I sit here, that is the first energy that comes out. But I'm going to shuffle my cards and see what comes out for today, because I am also picking up on a different energy of all right, let's see what comes out. It's not yeah, it's the energy of it's the energy of parents, or a parent who is concerned or worried about their not young children, but children who are entering into adulthood. So no, I mean, it looks like their children are, you know, 18 to 24, but this is a couple who they're worried about their children. And the mother is, like, concerned, like, you know, did I give them the proper tools? She's concerned. She's concerned. And sometimes, and we all know as parents, we have to allow our children to make their own mistakes. Yeah. Oh, and it's about a young man that looks like he's made his, like, fair share of, like, it looks like he's made a couple of mistakes. One involving getting arrested. Doesn't look like he's in prison, but it just looks like yeah, he did get arrested. Oh, looks like he got arrested and lost his job. And so the mother is stressed. She's stressed because life is not going the way that she wanted it to. And I'm not laughing. It's just like, I don't know many people that their lives are they're going the way that they think that it should or wanted it to. Not many people. But for whomever this is for, this energy of this young man, and also too, it looks like the arrest had to do with alcohol. Yeah, it definitely looks like it had to do with alcohol. Oh, and because of societal norms, this is causing problems in this man and woman's marriage because the father is embarrassed because of image. He's embarrassed. So again, people are just in these relationships for like yeah. Oh, it looks like for this woman, it looks like your son being arrested has it looks like it's very enlightening for you because you realize or you recognize that oh, sorry this is hurtful, but it looks like you realize that your husband doesn't love you because of the way that he's reacting and what's going on and what he's saying, and you also too, you know that it's not out of anger. You are realizing because of the events that have happened that you too are in a loveless relationship. Oh, and oh my gosh, and yeah, and so the shift is coming for you, and you're going, and I don't, as much as I don't believe that when you enter, I don't believe that a lot of marriages are forever. And the reason that I believe that is because it's not because I don't believe in marriage. I think that marriage is fabulous if it is established through a resonance and the love vibration, then it's fabulous. But most marriages are they just don't last. And it looks like you're feeling a sense of freedom because this event, this what you thought was a catastrophic event, actually like happened to sort of push you to get divorced. So, I mean, good for you. Good for you, because you you will find the right person. That's nice. The way that this turns out is this all happened for you to shift, and because you will align with you'll align with a man that you resonate with and that is more in a love vibration. So it is what it is. Oh my gosh, good for you. And the cards are like confirmation for that. That's wonderful. Wow. Wow, good for you. Good for you. Again, and I'm not, I don't, you're not stupid. You get it. You get what I was saying. That's nice. Good for you. This will all turn out well for you. Yeah. So, and like I said, in giving that man that reading, I was seeing that, I was also seeing things about the whole twin flame journey, and that the whole twin flame journey is, and I know a lot of more evolved people or higher vibrational people will understand this, because a woman stopped me as I was walking into the grocery store the other day, and she said to me, I'm really enjoying the content that you're putting out on YouTube. I appreciate what you're doing. And so to her, I say thank you. She was like, I was hoping that it would be content like that. And but getting back to what I was saying is I also discovered through reading that man that the twin flame journey, which seems very it seems very not cartoonish, but it just seems so destructive emotionally. The twin flame journey seems very three-dimensional. This crappy life that we're in, it's very much ingrained here. In that if you do meet the person that you believe is your twin flame, it just doesn't seem like it's somebody that you would want to be with, because just like, you know, if you are a good person, or not even a good person, I don't think there's I don't think there's such a thing as a good person or a bad person, but if you are, let's say if you are a person of integrity, then your twin flame like has no integrity. Like they're the exact opposite of you. And as much as some of that is attractive, it's just not somebody that you resonate with. Or let's say you are really like heterosexual. Like your twin flame is probably like a closet homosexual. Or if you, I mean, it is the oddest, strangest, just strange relationship. So yeah, but so I see how I segued from that odd reading that I did with this man to this energy of this this woman who because of an event that happened to your son, you woke up and you realized that you were in a loveless marriage, and no criticism, but all of that happened because you are ascending, you are evolving, and your guides are shaking you up and waking you up to where you should be, and that's with someone else. So yeah, that's wonderful. That is wonderful. So I'm going to leave that right there. So from my heart space, I send you love and healing energy. Yeah, and to this woman, I send you love and healing energy. To you and your family, I send you love and healing energy. Yeah. And I hope you have a good rest of your day. Thank you.